The JSE All Share index fell more than 1.5% to trade below 66,100 today, mainly pushed down by tech stocks, tracking weakness in tech giants. Industrials and commodity-linked stocks were also under heavy pressure. Lesedi Mabuza is with Sentio Capital. She's an equity analyst there. Joins us now to talk about the latest news. Lesedi, welcome back to Daytime Update. The Rand and local index flat today. What's causing this decline?
Well, during the week, we did see the Rand strengthen a bit, going below 18 Rand to the dollar, touching about 17.90. And that was mostly on the back of the US dollar weakening. The price action we're seeing today, where you are seeing the Rand weakening by about 0.95%, is mostly also as well due to the dollar strengthening again. But in the general markets, you are seeing some risk-off trading today as investors fear for recession risks. I mean, this week you did see some of the tech giants such as Facebook, Google, and Amazon release quarter results, which were lower than what the market was expecting, and is spilling over into our markets today. And just another factor as well, you are seeing that China announced last night that there will be reigniting their zero COVID policies with lockdowns in the city, which is not good for the economy and is spilling into our JSE performance through Naspers and Persis.
So Glencore's got its third quarter 2022 production report out now. What have you been able to see from those numbers and in terms of assessing their performance?
So Glencore in the quarter 3 update mentioned that it expects a reduced but above average second half performance, where it expects about $1.6 billion in earnings before interest and tax. And in the operation performance, you did see it being impacted by several factors, such as unfavorable weather in Australia. There was also supply chain experienced due to the Russian Ukraine war, which did impact the flow of output that they sell. And you also saw industrial action at one of its nickel assets in Norway and in Canada. Now, the above mentioned impacts did result in management reducing its full year guidance, specifically on coal, nickel, and zinc. And just on the quarter 3 update, the share price is down about 1.7% today.
S&P Global ratings agency affirmed Supergroup's national scale ratings, which means what exactly for the group?
So the group did receive its S&P global ratings, and it was affirmed with long-term rating being AAA, which is investment grade, and its short-term rating being about A-1+. Now, what this means for the group is that it means that they are able to, they are strongly able to commit to their financial commitments, and it makes them low risk in terms of giving debt and let's say bonds, and they would also receive better interest rates compared to companies that are high risk in terms of these S&P ratings.
Quite interesting to see Amazon.com saying that it expects a slowdown in sales growth over the holiday period. How come?
So Amazon came out with its quarter 3 results last night, and you saw net sales at about $127 billion, which was, I'll say, marginally below what the market expected. And in these results, as you said, they did guide that they expect slower growth in quarter 4, which is the holiday period. Now, the market is guiding for about 2%. Well, management is guiding for about 2% growth, which is lower than what they had received last year on 2020 numbers, which was 19%. Now, the reason for the guidance, the reduced guidance or slow growth guidance, is that Amazon did mention that they are seeing consumers tightening their belts, whereby consumers are facing high interest rates, high inflation, high energy costs, resulting in them spending less. So you are starting to see the impacts of those increased rate hikes that we have seen by global central banks all over the globe, which has resulted in consumers tightening their belts. On this reduced guidance, you did see the share price tank by about 17% in the aftermarket, which is something that investors are worried about in terms of the consumer outlook.
Lesedi Mabuza, good to speak to you as always. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend.